Hi, so this week's garden update's being recorded on Friday. Normally I record these on Thursday and upload them Friday, but I had a really busy Thursday, and I look horrible, and didn't get around to it. So let's go visit the garden. So, I think at this point I'm mostly giving up. The black beans, as you can see here, got some sort of fungus and pretty much are just all dying. Actually, let's just move these guys too. The chard is continuing to produce. It's continuing to taste good on tacos. Honestly, the chard's pretty much the only thing I've gotten out of this garden this year. And my pinto beans are also having fungus problems. Maybe I should move those back a little bit, give them some space, see if it makes a difference. But once again, those were completely an experiment, so, well, I learned they germinate. At this point, this whole garden is just a learning experience. So, my wall of tomatoes, honestly, some of them are looking a bit better after putting a fungicide down, so maybe I should do that again. Like, you can still see sections that are horribly, it's like, that's just, looks horrible. But I'm also getting blossoms. So we'll see if that actually produces fruit. This one's the same way, blossoms, but if I look down a little bit, I've got some really bad leaves. These aren't crispy yet, but I've got a lot of that. This plant, I think, needs to just die, because it's, like, this thing's gone. There's kind of an example of what most of my fruit's been looking like. The tiny little bits I get. This one that fell over, once again, we've got a bunch of bad leaves in here, turning brown. And prune those later. This tomato, interestingly, like, all the top is looking bad. But I've got this, like, one good offshoot on the bottom, so see how it goes. If I look over at the peppers, and these guys didn't get watered last night, so that's happening next. The Poblanos they're not producing fruit, they're not producing flowers, but they don't look too horrible either. If I look over at the Tabascos, I've got a few tiny little fruits in here that I need to harvest. But for the most part, the plants are just, like, they look green and healthy, but they're not producing. Oh, I got a flower coming up there, another flower over there. So maybe I'll get something out of there. Serranos, yeah, pretty much nothing. And I just noticed I've got some ants on this. So this may get some sort of bug treatment. Yeah, those ants are eating my pepper. If the camera will focus. So, looks like I need to do some insect treatments. And then over here on my habaneros, once again, they're big and green, look healthy, but I just don't have any flowers or blossoms or fruits coming up. And then the rest of the tomatoes are just the rest of the tomatoes. They still look bad. And I need to prune and water and then go to work. I have no idea what all these little nodules are. If you look in there. I've been told that's an attempt to set up roots, but I've also seen, and this whole bucket should probably just get thrown out. Most of the things I see where it's trying to put on roots end up looking fuzzy, like, camera focus, yeah, like that. Rather than these big, whatever they are, nodules growing on the side. So I have a feeling this is some sort of insect pressure or disease on this plant. But who knows? And my move got delayed another 2 weeks. So I'm guessing once I move, I won't actually have the opportunity to put down a fall garden, because there just won't be time. So it's an opportunity to learn, but I'm not actually expecting to get anything I can eat out of this. I forgot to mention my onions and potatoes. These are not really bulbing up yet. Oh, I take that back. That guy's forming a bulb. Gotta keep an eye on him. So I'm starting to get onions out of that patch. And my potatoes, I sprayed for ants, and I clearly used the wrong stuff to spray with. So that's what happens when you use the wrong bug spray on your plants. Lessons to learn.